Hey everybody, by now you guys have an idea what Microsoft Excel does. So formulas are key. So notice if I click on a number, this is called the formula bar. So if I wrote a formula here, it would appear there. When I click over here, there's a number. It's not a formula. If I click here, it's just 10. It's not a formula because this is my quantity of an item. I don't need a formula for that. I just write that in. So not everything. The word Walmart.com, it says Walmart.com. So only if there's a formula will that appear. So when I grade your documents, this is what I do. I start clicking on the cells that are supposed to have formulas, and if I don't see the formula, like if you wrote down that number and didn't put the formula where it's supposed to be, you're going to get that marked wrong. Alright, so do not copy any of this right now. Do not copy any of this. Alright, so what we're going to do first is start a new project. So make sure you go to Clever. You want to open Office 365. When you do, it says New Blank Workbook. You click on that, and that will open you a new blank document. Just looks like this. This is what you're going to start. Alright, so what we're going to do is copy the words across the top, and then these down here, you can copy them if you'd like. You may end up changing some of these. So we're going to do something called a shopping spree. So first thing I want you to do is on the green bar up here, yours probably just says book. Click on that word book and change the name to shopping spree. Type in the word shopping spree. Okay, then I want you to write in the cell. These are cells, each one of these boxes. A1 is called item. After you type in item, these are kind of small cells. I want to make sure you got plenty of space for the words. Move your cursor between the A and B until you see this, two arrows pointing out. Then you'll click and drag it. Make it a little bit wider so you can fit your words. And you can adjust that at any time. B does not have to be very wide. So we're going to type QTY. That stands for quantity. How many items you want to buy. Cost per item is C. You'll probably need to make that wider to be able to fit those words in. And then store, make sure you have plenty of space, so make that a little bit wider also. Then E, subtotal. And then total. And you want to make probably each one of these a little bit wider. Because if, for instance, F, I got 10,000, you're going to write that number, 10,000. And if it's too small, this is what you see, a bunch of hashtags. If you see hashtags, that means the cell column width is too small. Make it bigger. All right, give yourself plenty of space. We got plenty of room here. Okay, so total is the left one. That's F1. So get these words copied. You're going to skip row 2 until you get to the right. Do not put the dollar sign. All I want you to write is 10,000. 10,000. Don't worry about the dollar sign. After you write 10,000, don't copy any of these other numbers. Okay, that'll be wrong. Don't write any numbers here. Subtotal, don't write those numbers. These are going to be formulas. So if I click on 10,000, up here at the top, click on the letter F. Okay, I got to think what I'm doing here. Click on the letter F, and that's going to highlight the whole column. So get right on the letter F, click on it to highlight your column. And up here, yours says general. So you want to change it to currency. Some of you accidentally went too far and clicked on accounting. Make sure you click on currency. And then that's going to put the dollar sign, the comma, the decimal, all that for any number that appears. And we're also going to do the same thing for E. You don't have any numbers there yet, but click on the letter E. Same thing. Change that to currency. Then cost per item, click on the letter C. Change that to currency. And then any number that appears will be dollars and cents. You're not going to do quantity. This is not dollars and cents. This is how many we want to buy. Alright, so what this project is, it's called a shopping spree. I'm going to give you $10,000. So that's why you write in this cell F2, 10,000. And after you write 10,000, press enter, and you should see the dollar sign, decimal, everything appear. That's your starting point. So let's pretend you're moving out of the house. Maybe you're going off to college or your first job, you're moving into your own place. So you rented an apartment out, you got a couple bedrooms and a bath, but it's empty. It does have a refrigerator and a stove, but maybe you want to buy a microwave. I don't have that listed, but you can add that. But you need stuff like towels and bed sheets and a TV and recliner and sofa. You need furniture, lamps, all right, silverware. I even put a gaming system. Yeah, you need that, right? If you don't need to use it. I put a laptop in there. These are just prices I put in. Your prices are going to be different because you're going to go to online websites and find the exact price. Okay, so first thing I want to do is you're going to make sure you write all the words here. And if you want to add anything, that's fine. So go ahead and write these words. If there's something that you don't need, you can skip that word and replace it with the next one on the list. So yours won't match exactly. And like I said, microwave, I left that off. So if you want to add microwave, you can add that. If there's something else I didn't leave on there, feel free to add it. You need a minimum of 10 items. So you can copy these if you'd like. Let's start with towels. I want everybody to have towels. And go ahead and put 10. So we're going to do the first one exactly the same. Cost per item. Type 7.5 and press enter, and that'll automatically make it $7.50 because we did the currency. And I put Walmart.com. Go ahead and put that for now. You can obviously change that later, but put Walmart.com. And then over here, don't copy these numbers. So we're going to write a formula. So E3, click on that cell. It should be blank right now for you. And you're going to type that formula I have right there. All right. So that formula is equal sign, parentheses, B3. So B3 is right here. That's how many towels I want, B3. And then the asterisk is your multiplication symbol. Okay, so that's the number 8 key. Hold shift, press 8. And then C3. C3 is the amount each towel costs. That's this cell right here, $7.50. Then parentheses is the 0, shift 0. This parentheses was number 9, shift 9 for that one. And then after you type in that last parentheses, press enter, and you should automatically see this update to $75. So 10 times 750 is $75. All right. So now we just spent money. The next thing we're going to do is we have to subtract. If we have 10,000, but you just spent 75, so I don't have 10,000 anymore. I have to subtract 10,000 minus the 75. So click in F3. F3. Click in that cell. This is where you're going to write the next formula. And the next formula is going to be equal sign. Remember, everything starts with equal sign. Parentheses with the shift 9. F2. Okay, F2 is that 10,000 minus the $75, which is E3. So F2 minus E3. Then you're going to close out your parentheses, so press shift 0 and then press enter, and it should have the same exact balance. So it's 10,000 minus 75 is 9,925. Yours should match exactly. If it doesn't, you have something written down wrong. Okay, so now everything else is blank right now. You should not be copying these numbers. So what you're going to do is you're going to move your cursor to that little tiny box, and when your cursor turns into a plus, you're going to click and drag down. And notice I made a mistake. I drug it to the right. If you make a mistake, at the top left up here, this is called the ribbon. This is the menu area. They refer to this as a ribbon. On the left, there's a little arrow key. It says undo. That arrow key that hooks to the left is your undo. You can click on that once, and that just undid my mistake. So that can happen. It's easy to happen. I've had people wipe out their work. Oh no, my work's done. I go over there and I click undo, and it's magically there, and I'm like their hero. All right. The shortcut on the keyboard is Control-Z, by the way, for undo. Okay, so we're in this first module again. I'm going to move that cursor, get a plus. You want to drag down. It's going to copy the formula. And I want to go down. I went all the way down. Whoops, I did something wrong there. That's not correct. I got to undo again. Did something wrong. All right, to make sure to show you how this works, I'm going to delete my numbers. It's like deleting all my work. So that way you can see how it works. So here's my formula. And I want to delete these numbers too, because that's the whole thing. You don't have to do anything because you don't have these numbers yet. All right. So I've got two formulas. Actually, I got a formula here and a formula there. So what I'm going to do is put my cursor on this box that has my first formula. When you see it turn to a plus, you drag down. And since you don't have anything, I'd go down to maybe, I don't know, you can go down to 20 if you want. I wouldn't go any farther than that. But you'll see a bunch of zeros because right now you have no numbers, so you have 0 times 0 is 0. I actually have numbers, so you can see mine just changed. So 2 times 750 is 1,500. Now I'm going to do the same for this one. So now I want to subtract what I spent each time. So grab that tiny corner, drag down. I'll go down to 20 again. Ah, I know what I did. Okay. So this is subtracting each time, and you notice the number is going down, down, down. At the end down here, this says 0, 0, 0 because we're multiplying 0 times 0. And then this repeats 3,450 because the last item I spent left me with a balance of 3,450. So 0 minus, or 3,450 minus 0 is still 3,450. So then after you get done, you need to do at least 10 items. You can do more, but a minimum of 10. Once you get finished, if you have this left over, I can just click on that, hold shift, click on the last one. I'll press delete and delete the ones I don't need later on. Okay, so once you're finished, again, you're going to go online, you're going to go shopping. You can go to whatever website you need to find this stuff. I use Target, Rooms to Go, Walmart.com, Amazon. Just write down where you found the pricing. And then you're probably going to have dollars and cents. So write exactly whatever the price is. All right. When you're all finished, you have to save this and upload it to Focus. So you'll go File, Save As, and it says Download a Copy. Click that. And I'm going to put that. And it's going to download it at the bottom of my screen. I already downloaded this once, but it's going to download that. And then when you go to Focus, you open up My Class, and you'll see the assignment, and to the right it'll say Edit Upload. You click that and look in your download folder. If you're on a Windows computer, this just saved into a download folder. Don't look in My Documents, look in the download folder. That's where Windows will auto save this document. And then you'll double click on that to upload it into Focus. Alright, if you need help with the uploading, I can help you. Alright, good luck, have fun with this. It's always nice spending money. So there you go. We got $10,000. And by the way, you do not have to spend every cent. Matter of fact, I would not spend everything. On the other thing too, if you spend more than you have, your grade will go way down. You cannot spend more than that $10,000. But again, it's good to have money left over because once you move in, you're like, oh, I need this or I need that. Or how about food? Okay, we're not putting food on this, by the way, but then it's not, if you got money left over, always have money in the bank. You never know what emergency is going to come up. Okay, have fun with it.